Today's lesson is lesson 3, and we'll be learning about completing addition and subtraction, properties of addition, estimating sums and differences, and word problems about about estimating sums and differences. And we'll be starting off with completing addition and subtraction. And basically, in order to complete for this page, we're going to be looking at x, and we're going to be trying to find x. And for the first one, it's going to be the biggest number minus the smallest number equals a medium number. And in order to find the medium number, which is x, we're going to have to subtract the biggest number, which is 43,752, and the median number, which is 42,362. And once we subtract this, we're going to get x, which is the smallest number. Yeah, the smallest number. So 2 minus 2 equals 0. 5 minus 6, you can't do that, so you borrow from your neighbor. So 7 becomes 6. The 5 becomes 15. 15 minus 6 equals 9. 6 minus 3 equals 3. And 3 minus 2 equals 1. And 4 minus 4 equals 0. So we get x equal to 1,390. So if you plug in 1,390 into this x right here, we get 43,752 minus 1,390 equals 42,362. And now we're going to do number 2, and once again we have to find x, but this time it's going to be medium number plus medium number equals the biggest number. And in order to find x, which we want the medium numbers, we gotta subtract the medium number that is given from the biggest number, which is also given. So if we can do 13,097 minus 3,529. So 7 minus 10, you can't do that, so the 9 becomes an 8, and the 7 becomes a 17. 17 minus 9 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. 0 minus 5, you can't do that, so you borrow from your neighbor. The 3 becomes 2. And the 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 5 equals 5. 2 minus 3 is not possible, so you also borrow from the 1. The 1 becomes 0. The 2 becomes 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. And the answer is 9,568. So you plug this into x, and you get 9,568 plus 3,529 equals 13,097. And finally, the last type of problem we have is number 3, where it's going to be medium plus medium equals x, which is the last number. And for this question, you already know, you just have to add, and I'm not going to write it down, but it's going to be 1 plus 1 equals 2, 0 plus 3 equals 3, 8 plus 7 equals 15, so you move on to the other side, and it's going to be 9 plus 5 plus 1, which is 10. And you get 10,532. Oh, and yeah, I think that's going to be all for this page. And now moving on to properties of addition. So the 3 properties of addition is associative, commutative, and identity. So identity property is that 1 equals 1, or like 3 equals 3, right? So anything equals itself. And commutative property is that you could switch either of these problems. So it's going to be 2 plus 3 is the same thing as 3 plus 2, right? So 2 plus 3 is the same thing as 3 plus 2. That's basically what it's saying. So it's saying that as long as the addition, it doesn't matter if you switch these two, it will still equal the same answer. So it's still equal 5. And associative property is, we'll look at number 2, is when it's all addition, right? I pretend like this. Doesn't matter if you move the parentheses here or if you move it here. So basically saying you can move the parentheses however you want as long as it's addition. So basically for number 1, it's going to be 2 plus 3 equals 3 plus 2. Now as you can see, they switched it, right? So then that means it's commutative. And also for this, it's just commutative. And for number 2 is going to be 2 plus parentheses, oh no, 6 plus parentheses 2 plus 7 equals parentheses 6 plus 2 plus 7. So you see how the parentheses are changed, right? The first time it's like this, and then the second time it's like this. So then this would be associative. And basically this is saying 0 plus 4 equals 4, and 0 plus 4 is 4, and 4 plus nothing is just 4. So it's going to be 4 plus 4, so this is identity. And for number 4, it's going to be associative because you see how these parentheses move, but then also this is also commutative at the same time. Since all of these numbers changed here and it changed here, and also the parentheses changed, so you can use both of them. 3 minus 0 equals 0. And for this one, I think it's going to be none of these, right? Because it has nothing to do with addition. So I think you could just put like nothing. I don't know. And we'll just work on number 6. 7 plus 2 equals 2 plus 2. That's commutative because you see how they switch these two numbers. And now we're on estimating sums and differences. So basically it says estimate the sum or difference by rounding each number to the nearest thousands first. So thousands place is the one after the hundred, so it's going to be ones place, tens, hundreds, and thousands. And the thousands place is going to be what we're rounding to. Remember, 5 or more you round up, and less than 5 you round down. Right, so it's going to be 4,981 plus 4,100. And if you just add that regularly, it's going to be 0 plus 1 equals 1. 8 plus 0 equals 8. 1 plus 9 equals 10. So we're just going to put that. 4 plus 3 plus 1 equals 8. And since, oh, this is 0, my bad. Yeah, this is 0. And since 0 is less than 5, this just rounds down to 8,000. So number 1 will just be 8,000. And now we look at number 2, 6,274 minus 1,353. 4 minus 3 equals 1. 7 minus 5 equals 2. 2 minus 3, you can't do that, so you borrow from the 6, and the 6 becomes a 5. The 2 becomes a 12. So it's going to be 12 minus 3, which is 9. And it's going to be finally 5 minus 1 equals 4. And here we see that the hundreds place, which is a 9, is greater than 5, or is 5 or above. So it's going to round up to 5,000. And just in case you guys are wondering, this symbol right here that you see here is around. So it's going to be like around 5,000. So 6,274 minus 1,353 is around 5,000. Okay. And now we'll just work on one more problem, which is going to be number 6, 1,940 plus 3,249. So once we add all this, I'm just going to go ahead and we're just going to add all of this, and it's going to be 5,189. As you can see, you have that 1, so it just rounds to 5,000. And now we'll just do word problems. So basically it says 958 birds with oil and has cleaned 1,193 birds. How much more do the volunteers have to clean? We just gotta do 958 minus 193, and you get 8 minus 3 equals 5. 5 minus 9, you can't do that, so you get borrow from the 9, and then it becomes 15 minus 9. Yeah, so 15 minus 9 is 6, and 8 minus 1 is 7. And since a 6 is greater than 5, you round to 800. So the answer for number 1 would be 800 birds. And thank you for